Hi, how y'all doing? I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right, this one's called SamBoo. Where are you? Yes, yes. Man, look. Back in the late '80s. It was late '80s. Man, there was this guy named SamBoo. Okay, now SamBoo wasn't a nice guy. He was kind of real mean. Man, he was a shyster. He was dirty, man. One day SamBoo went to a gas station and stole their donation jar. Yeah, it was full of cash too, and the cash was for underprivileged kids in the neighborhood. But he took their money. Man, it was crazy. Yeah, then it was the instance when SamBoo robbed this 86-year-old man. Yes, he took his walker, threw it across the street, threw him down, and went in his pockets and took what he wanted. That's crazy. It's crazy. Then SamBoo constantly harassed this guy. This guy. And the guy was mentally challenged, okay? He constantly harassed this guy every time he saw him. One day, SamBoo was harassing this guy, and then he happened to just hit the guy, knocked him down, went in his pockets, took the little change that he had, then he spit on him. It's crazy, man. He spit on him. Then it was an instance where he this pregnant lady was out there. He threw her down to the ground, and then he kicked her like 3 or 4 times, and then he snatched her purse. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I don't know how he survived. You know what? Nobody even called the police on him. You know why? Because they were afraid. Yes, they were afraid. They were afraid that he may retaliate on them. You know, if he told. So so nobody even told. Because they were scared. Well, well, sooner or later, SamBoo was breaking into a second story apartment. Because he knew the people up there had some jewelry and stuff like that. So he was attempting to break in there. He got in the window, and I guess he took what he wanted. Then when he was coming out the window, I guess he couldn't hold on or something, and he fell backwards. Fell backwards out the window onto a gate. Yes. So he dragged himself out to the street, and I guess somebody picked him up. But he ended up in the hospital, and what they told him, it was crazy because they said, you'll never walk again. Yeah. So SamBoo was in the hospital for like about 2 months. When he got out, he was in a wheelchair. Yes, in a wheelchair. And he was rolling himself around. He lost all the movement from here on down. From here on down. He can move his arms though, but that was it. That was it. So after that, they sent him home. When he got home, he was trying to rehabilitate himself, I guess, but his legs never was going to work. He even told me. He said, "Look, He said, I'm gonna be walking again. I'm gonna be walking again. I said, okay, yeah, yeah. I thought he was gonna get better, myself, but fate has it a different way, So he started rolling around outside. He got back outside, but all he could do, all he had is his mouth to talk with. He had his arms too, but he couldn't fight nobody. So like all of a sudden, everybody in the neighborhood start milling around. You know, I saw them milling around like they were, getting ready to do something, but it wasn't the normal people. It wasn't normal gang banging people that used to do stuff like that. These were nerdy people and women and mentally challenged people. They were milling around, and they finally caught SamBoo. Yep, and they beat his. Yes, they really put it on him. They put it on him, and it was nothing he can do. They had flipped his chair over and everything, and he was like a fish out of water on the ground. So they put it on him, man. They stomped him, they kicked him, and even the mentally challenged person, that the one he spit on and stuff, he kept spitting on him, spitting and jumping on his head and stuff like that. Man, it was crazy. Well, I guess he had it coming. It was karma. When you do stuff bad like that repeatedly over and over, it ain't nothing you can do. That karma caught up with him. So the last time I even checked on him, I think this was in the early 90s. He was in a hospital with the respirator on. So he had a machine breathing for him. So his days were numbered. Oh, that's why you got to know, man. If you do wrong, someday you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay. All right. Yeah. Well, all right, you guys. That's it for me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. Yeah. And share, share, share. Share my videos with your family. Share my videos with your friends. Share my videos with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Peace. Adios. Salamat. All right. Don't do nobody like that. Okay.